back to my Java tutorials. In this video, I will talk about getting input from the user concept, which is also called as command line arguments. And further, I'll talk about what is scanner class in Java and how we use methods of scanner. First, let's understand what is command line arguments are. We can pass a value at the time of execution from the user manually. And the scanner is already predefined class in Java. In that we have already predefined methods also. I'll talk more about this concept while writing the code. First, I created a class. The next thing is you have to create an object for the class scanner. Look, as soon as you enter the class name, you can see now this line import java util.package. So the class is imported here. After that, give object name, new scanner, open. This is the object creation, right? So in that you have to say system.in means input stream. This allows us to enter the data, means whatever you enter using command line or whatever you enter in the console, that accepts and stores here. That is the meaning of this line. Let's print something. System.out.println obj dot next line. Can you see here? It's pop up. This is for string. This next line method is used for to read the strings. And if you read all this information, you will get more clarity. What is this method called as? Let's save the code and run. Let's type, hey, how are you? This one we typed in the console. This object stores that value, and when it prints, we got this output. It's clear, right? Now let's do one conversation example using command line arguments, saying hi, hello, how are you? I'm fine, how are you? Like that. Okay, let's do that now. First, let's print hi, system.out.println, and one more print statement, system.out.println. I am fine. Let's run the code and have fun. Look, first we got a message saying hi. Type, how are you? I'm fine, how are you? This one is we typed using command. The object here stores that message and we call that object here. That's the reason we got this output. That's it, very simple. Hey, welcome back to my Java tutorials and part 2 of command line arguments tutorial. In our last video, we understand the basic concepts of what is scanner and what are the methods and how do we use that. And in this video, we will see one more example where you will get more hands-on experience with using these other methods. The example here I am taking is entering student name, ID and marks. First one is string data type and the second one is integer and third one is float. For that I created first a class and the next step is creation of object for scanner class. Take scanner and give the object name or reference. New scanner system.in. For our understanding, let's print a statement system.out.println. Please enter student name, ID and marks. First thing we want a string data type. So string input. Let's say student name. This is object obj and you have to give the method. So for string we need nextLine method. This allows us to read the string input. Next one for integer int id obj.nextInt. The next one is for float marks obj.nextFloat. Let's print that one. After this, you need to print student name concatenation. Let's call student name, and one more concatenation. Give IDs. Now call ID. Then add some more text. Marks concatenation. Call marks here. So this one is first one, and this one is the next one, and last one is comes from this object. For all these data we are providing while running the program, and once you enter into the program, that one stores in the obj object right here, and when you call this variable getting the value or information from the object. Let's save the code and run it. The console is asking, please enter student name, ID and marks. First is a string. Let's give Sita. And the next one is ID. Let's say 2. And the third one is marks. Let's give 99.2. Enter. Student name is Sita and ID is 2 and marks is 99. Let's give the space here so that you can read the message clearly. Say Karthik and ID is 5, marks is 95.4. Enter. Student name is Karthik, ID is 3 and marks is 92.4. Got it? How to use the methods in scanner class and how to play using command line prompt. Hey guys, welcome back to my Java tutorials video, and this is the third video of command line arguments. In today's example, I'll talk about scanner class, methods, and the most important thing is how to use loops and conditions in this topic. For that, I created a class, and the next step is create an object for scanner class. Let's say obj u scanner system.in. Now let's create a variable for integer input. Before that, let's print a statement system.out.println saying that enter a number, integer data type, right? Int. Let's say number. The object to have here is obj and next int. If you want to understand about all these methods, please go ahead and watch my previous videos so that you will understand much more before watching this video. Then print number. What this program does is just ask a integer number from the user. Let's save the code and run. That's it. Whatever you enter, the console prints. Now let's print list of numbers. Instead of one single number, here I am using do while loop. While number is not equals to 0. That is the condition I am giving. So this program asks the user to enter the numbers until you enter a 0. Let's clear out this error now. You need to create a local variable number, right? Let's save the code and run. 45. Then ask again. Let's give 80. Then ask again. Let's give 12 or 10. Then give 0. As soon as you enter 0, the program exists. Look. Let's do one thing. We can extend this program. Whatever the user enters here before the program exists, just print the addition of all these numbers. Let's do that program now. For that, let's give one more variable, sum here. Here sum equal to sum plus number, this one. Let's do a print statement, system.out.println. Sum of the numbers is plus, add sum here. Let's save the code, run, enter the number, let's say 90, 30, 79, 40. Now enter 0, enter 11. Before the program exists, it prints the sum of the numbers is 299. In this example, we use the methods and scanner class. Apart from that, the main thing is do while loop. By the time you understand like why I'm using do while loop here, because it executes at least once, even though the condition fails. Let's rerun the code and give 0. Even though you give 0, but still it executes once. Look. Hey, welcome back to Java tutorials and command line arguments fourth video. In my last tutorials, I have covered what is a scanner class and methods and loops concepts. In this video, I will go over an example of creation of methods. Without delaying further, let's get started. For that, I created a class, and in the class, let's create 3 methods now. Let's say one for addition, one for subtraction, and one for multiplication. Public void add int n comma int m. This is going to be addition of n plus m. Let's write 2 more methods. So far it's clear, right? It's easy. I just created very simple basic methods. Now let's understand how to pass the value for n and m using command line arguments or using console. If you want to enter the value from the command or from the console, you need to create object for scanner class. Let's say obj u scanner system.in. This allows us to enter the information system.in. Let's print a statement system.out.println. Enter. Please enter number n. To read that one, we need to call a method obj.nextInt. So here we are taking 2 integer data types, right? So we need twice. Please enter the number m and int m equal to obj.nextInt. This allows us, this reads the integer value whatever you enter and stores here. This reads the integer value whatever you enter and stores here. This one is the second step, and the last step is creating object or methods. This scanner is predefined Java class. These methods are predefined Java methods, but here what we are doing, we have to create object for our class to access our methods and variables. This is the best example to understand what is predefined classes and predefined methods and versus what is user defined classes and user defined methods. User input Java is my class name, and this my object new user input Java semicolon. Now let's call those 3 methods obj dot addition n comma n, my obj dot sub n comma n, my obj dot multiplication mul n comma m. We are done with the program writing. I know this is a bit lengthy, but as I said earlier, this is the 4th tutorial, so I just wanted to explain a good example. Let's save the code and run. So it is asking n number. Let's give 888. Then it asks please enter number 10. Let's give some number again. The first one is addition, the second one is subtraction, and the third one is multiplication. Got it? Let's recap the code one more time. What we did here. First step is we created the methods, and the next step is we created an object for scanner class to read user inputs, and third one is we created an object for the class and call those methods. That's it. That's all for today's tutorial, guys. I hope you learn the concept very well. See you in my next video. Stay tuned and happy learning.